Alright, yes, the people, good day. So, we just replaced the battery. Both batteries are new, so we're going to try to crank this thing and see what's going on. Alright, you hear that? They had told this person that their timing chain broke. We're cranking, but not starting. So we need to check now, see if we're getting fuel or if we're not getting spark. So, alright, let me head to the front. You know, let me crack my window a little bit. Alright, I can leave the key in here safely. Alright, let's go. First thing, remove some of this fancy stuff. Alright. This stuff comes out pretty easy. It looks like it's in there really hard, but everything is pretty snap tight. Be gentle-ish. This looks like it's made on there, but not really. This is for the secondary air pump. This is secondary air pump, so it gets its fresh air, filtered air from there. That's emissions related. You have air filters in here. 2 of them, one on each side. See what is holding me back there. Nothing really. Looks like I just need to come forward. Kinda ish. Don't want to break anything. Man. Oh, here's a clip back here. Can you tell I'm not a Mercedes tech? There's an air filter in here, and an air filter in here. You have to undo these screws. Yeah, fancy Benz life. These are coils. 1 coil, 2 coil, 3 coil. This is a V6. Yeah, and over here we have 1 coil, 2 coil, 3 coils. So we have 6 coils. Now the injectors, these are the fuel rails. This is a fuel rail, and then this is a fuel rail. This is a Schrader valve that I'm going to hook up. Thank God for Benz making it so easy. This is where I'll hook up my fuel pressure gauge. So since it's so easy and easy to access, I'll do that first. So boom, so we can check fuel pressure. But considering I was just cranking it, there should be some residual pressure here. So I'm just going to push on this plunger a little bit. Should get a little fuel spray. Yeah, a little something came out. So it's not totally dead, but I was expecting more than that. So I'm going to hook the gauge up. Alright, so let us do that. Here we go. Fuel tester. This is a Matco. Alright, this is your fuel gauge, and then this is the line I'm going to use. Screw onto the Schrader valve. We have a gauge, you have a fitting, and you just thread it on. As easy as that. If they give you enough room, they don't give you a ton of room, but you're thankful for what you get. And then hook this up like so. We're going to crank it and see what kind of pressure we get. Again, I'm going to need your help. Tell me if it moves when I'm cranking, and if it moves, what pressure it goes to. Did it move? What? That was scared. What we look like? 50 psi. That's enough to start the car. We know we're getting fuel pressure, so that's good. We have to now check and see if the injectors are pulsing since we're on fuel, and then if the injector is pulsing, then we're going to move on to spark, right? The easiest injector plug to get to is down in there. Look like it might have like a lock. Looks like it. So I'm prying back on it gently. Yeah. It's coming back. And then I'm going to push down on the little tab and pull back, see if I can be that lucky. Okay. Ouch. Oh, snap. Boy, let me tell you. Sometimes it works out good for you. Alright, so this is the injector plug. So I'm just going to touch on one of them to see if I am receiving any injector pulse. This is the kit. It's called a Noid light. And then you just try to match up one of these pins to match the Mercedes. Hopefully, I'm lucky. This one says GM. I don't have no Mercedes one. Feels a little big. Let's see if I find a smaller one. You know what I mean? And the Bosch one is the one that's broken. GM one kind of blunt on the edges. What I'll do is I will file it down a little bit. I'm going to file the edges of these down. That's the difference between the Bosch and the... I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Fresh from the bench grinder. Put a little angle on it. Angle on the dangle. Alright, so boom. should go in a little easier. I don't want to jam it in there, but it looks like it's got room, so we're gonna put her in there. Ugh. All right. Alright. I always like having the right tool for the right job, but I don't want to. I'm not going to get stuck with that. Now I am going to crank and tell me if this is blinking. Okay, you have to tell me because I don't know. Did it blink? I need to know. Okay, so good sign. We know that we have fuel pressure and we have injector pulse. That means we are getting fuel into the combustion chamber. So next step is to check for spark. Next step, we have to start interrogating the sparks. What's going on with, I'm going to take all three out because since they're this easy, and just look at them, and then while I'm at it, I'm going to remove the spark plug just to take a look and see what's going on. Let's go. Yes, my people, intermission. In my eagerness to start the diagnostic process, I forgot to check the codes with all this battery changing and all that. So checking the codes now, scanning all the systems, because sometimes you could have an issue with anti-theft system going bad or something. So checking all the codes and see what we find. I have 9 codes in the engine control module, 2 codes in the transmission. I'm more concerned about, let me look and make sure that they're not anti-theft anything. Ignition switch code, intelligent server, all of these overhead panel. This is some Mercedes jargon, Alright, let me see what's going on with the engine control module. I can't communicate with the engine control module. Can't communicate with that neither. Let me try another control module. Never had this issue before. Not reading that neither. Let me try any one of these control modules. That is cause for concern, because if you can't get into these control modules, it is saying that something's not working right in the control module. Something not right. I can get into these other modules with no issue. At this point, it makes no sense to keep on checking for fuel and spark and all that type stuff if the engine control module is not communicating. At this point, we need to figure out why I cannot communicate with the engine control module or the transmission control module. We have to solve that first before we start getting into anything else. Let me make sure that the key didn't turn off itself. Yeah, it sure did turn off itself. Boy, let me tell you. Mercedes gotta love it, boy, gotta love it. Turn itself off. Alright, so we're trying to get in again. Alright, finally. We make a little headway. Or read the codes, unable to communicate with control unit. Make sure it didn't power off again. Listen, something going on with the key. It's not staying on, not staying turned on. Boy, let me tell you. Alright, look, put the key in. As you put the key in, you should hear it go click, click, unlock. It didn't do it. So something going on here, something not right. Something going on here. See that now? See? Alright, so now come back alive. Try and see if we can read a code. Man, move fast. See? Powered right back off. I'm not absolutely certain what's going on here. It's something going on inside here with the ignition switch and the electronics. Nothing mechanical with the engine. So we have to fix that first and then move on. Where the Mercedes text them there? Give me a couple pointers on this thing because something not right. But hold up, the code came up. Constant adjustment of inlet camshaft, right cylinder bank, adjustment outlet, constant adjustment, right intake, Hall effect sensor, talking about camshafts. There's a whole bunch of stuff about camshafts here. Camshaft Hall effect sensor has not been detected. That's sounding mechanical, but what's going on with the key? Something's up. Gotta love it. I want to check compression. I'm gonna do a compression check just to see what's going on with the camshafts, because if something was going on with the camshafts, like if them off, compression will be low. So if compression is low, I wouldn't want to spend so much time on this key electronic stuff because you know that the engine is bad. I would be aware that there's two problems, two things going on. What are the odds? We do a compression check because I have too many codes about camshaft issues. Compression check, that will clear up a lot of anxiety. I will move from there. Let's go. Right, compression check. First thing we do is undo this pocket screwdriver necessary right away. This is the lock portion and you press down on it, pretty fancy. Push back. Torx bit. This is a, I don't know, it looked like probably a T35. Had it so long, the numbers erase from it. Alright. Feel a little stuck down in there, you know. Just kind of gently pull and release. You don't want to separate it down in there, then you have a new problem. Just keep a gentle pressure on it. Aye. Sometimes you pull too hard and this part gets left in there and then you have new issues. You understand? This is the tool I use. The spark plug tool is made onto it. Hopefully it's the right size. It is. Alright. Take a look at this spark plug, so what it look like. So many things going on with this truck at the same time. Nothing looks smashed. Alright. Bosch. Which is good. Smells burnt. This is the kit I use. Compression checker. Pick one of these. Looks like this is it right here. In there. Alright. Compression gauge. So you already know the drill. Watch and see what we should be getting. Anything up in the 120s, 150s should suffice. Should signal that I don't have any mechanical components that are bent or broken or whatever. So let's see what kind of compression we get. And remember now, the ignition switch not acting right neither. Alright, what did we get? Oh Lord. 0 to blows and skirt. Something not too right there. Something not too. Oh Lord. It mash up for you. So yes, my people, we just try to perform a compression check and we get 0 compression. Yeah, that's the timing chain. So yeah, it needs an engine, but something going on with that ignition switch, I think. So yes, my people, definitely need an engine. We see that now physically. Something going on with that ignition switch. I really don't think that thing's supposed to be working like that. When you turn the ignition on, it's supposed to just be on. It's not supposed to like click, 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 and then it starts. So bless. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for coming along for the ride, man. Have a nice day. Bless.